Hi guys, you're welcome back to Allogenous Ideas. So in this video I will show you how to push your code to GitHub. There are multiple ways to do this, but I will show you an easy one, a beginner friendly one that won't give you issues on the long run. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you're logged into your GitHub account. So if you don't have one, I have done a video previously. You can check the link in the description on how to create a GitHub account. So this is my personal GitHub account. You can see Chris Halogen. So the first thing you want to do is to normally when you want to push your code to GitHub, you are pushing the code into a repository. You are pushing the code into a repository. A repository is like a folder you create in GitHub where you can store your code. So I want to presume that you want to open a new repository, then you push your code to that new repository. So you create new, so it will give you this interface. You can look for the name of the repository. The project I want to use for this tutorial is a real estate. Okay, I think it's blue sky real estate. So let me just say blue sky real estate. Yes, blue sky real estate. So this is the project I want to, the name I want to give to the repository. It is good for your repository to have a name that is very descriptive. So you can see the blue sky real estate. So if I should come back to this code years from today, I know exactly what this repository is holding. So the next thing I want to do is to, I will leave it as public. I will leave the description empty. I will leave the readme file as well. I will leave it empty. So this readme file, I will show you one thing you can use it for. Then I'll create the repository. So if you take a good look at, this is a new repository that I have on GitHub now. So if you want to create a new repository, this is exactly how you will do it. But let me quickly show you something in other repositories that I've opened before now. So if you take a good look at, let me go to my repositories. So take a good look at this blue dashboard, for example. So you can see majority of it is JavaScript. So if you come here now, you can see this thing. This is your readme.md file that you're going to be writing this thing. You can make this way more descriptive than this. You can see the JavaScript is 64%, the CSS is 35.1%. So it's basically JavaScript and CSS. So this is a React project, by the way. So blue dashboard, then you can see the description, the title and the description. So your readme.md file can contain so much information about this particular repository which we are going to be doing. So let me close this, and this is my empty repository over here. This is my empty repository. Now for you to push your code to this repository, what I'm going to be showing you now, we are going to be cloning this empty repository to the device. So after cloning it to the device, I will add my project files, then I will now push it back to GitHub. So for you to clone this empty repository, you can use git clone, then the link to the repository directly. It will clone the repository to your laptop or your computer, but you will have difficulty pushing it back. So there is a special way we are going to be cloning the repository. If you look at my notepad over here, instead of git clone then the link to the repository, we are going to be using this format that I have over here. You are going to be having your username, your access token, and the repository git. So for the username is Chris Halogen. So this will be CHRIS and Halogen. Then copy this, then paste it here again. So for the repository git, you can see blue sky real estate. So that will be BLUASKY, then real estate. Okay, so the only thing that is remaining now is this access token. So I have an access token on my computer that I use, but I will, for the sake of this tutorial, I will generate a new access token for this one. So if you come to this option over here, you come to settings. So let me open it in new tab. You come to settings. So in the settings tab, you can create so many add the link to any other social media profile that you have. So just, but what we are interested in for this tutorial is developer settings. Then you can see personal access tokens. So tokens, this is the one you're interested in. So these are other tokens that I've created in the past. So for me to create a new one, you click on generate new token. Then you can see generate new token for general use. So click on it. It will ask you to enter your password. So let me just enter my password. Okay, so it wants to create a new token for me. I can just say this one is for HID tutorial. Okay, so for this HID tutorial, I can say the expiration of this access token will be 60, 90 days. I mean this. So now for this token, the access I'm going to be giving, I can give it read write packages. And this token, you don't have to create the token every time that you want to push your code. One token is enough. So far it hasn't expired. So when it expires, you create another one. So if you come to, you might want to tick all this, but be careful what you tick. Be careful what you tick. You don't need it for user right discussion. Actually, you don't need it for all this other one. You might need it for projects, maybe code pilots. But what you are particular about is just the repo. It's just the repo basically. Okay. So now when you're done, you generate the token. Now that you have generated the token, this is the token over here. This is the token over here. You have to copy it out. After copying the token, you make sure that you will not be able to copy the token again. So you save it on your device. Every time you want to push your code or you want to pull your code, you bring up the token wherever it is. You can just open your notepad and save it somewhere, or you use Google Keep or Google Docs to save the token. So you copy the token, come back here, then you can see this access token area over here now. So come here and paste it. So the next thing I want to do is just to remove all the brackets. Just to remove all the brackets. I'm going to be putting this in the comment section below. In the comment section, yes. So git clone, then crystallogen, this. So you can use this to pull that repository. This blue sky repository, you can easily use that to pull it. So come here, copy the whole of this, then now you have to go to the folder where you have those files. So this is the project I want to push to GitHub. So the real estate project, then come here, this is the project over here. So what I want to do basically is to open this folder in terminal. So open in terminal, then this is my terminal. Just paste that code here, git clone, then the link. So you can see warning, you appear to have cloned an empty repository. So you can see blue sky real estate. So this is the empty repository over here. So but one thing you should know is that for git clone to work, you need to have installed git on your device. So for Linux, I'm on Linux currently. So if you're on Windows or you're on Mac, you make sure that you have installed git prior to you running this command, because if you don't have git installed on your device, it will not work. So for you to install git, just come to Google and look for git. For example, I'm on Linux, or if you want to download for Windows, git for Windows 10 or something. So you can see this is the git over here. So you choose your installer and whatsoever, but I'm on Linux, so I have git installed on my device already. So that is the reason why the git clone command is working properly on my end. So come back to this folder, you can see blue sky real estate. So the assets, the styling, the main.html. Let me close my VS code. So I can just drag everything into the blue sky real estate. So I've copied all these things into the blue sky real estate. Another thing I can do is to now create that readme file. So I can do something like this. You can just see the into that blue sky real estate. Then after doing this, the next thing I want to do is to create an empty file readme.md. So I can use touch readme.md to create an empty readme file. So if I open this now, I can do something like the header blue sky real estate. Then I can do something like, now for the body, now this thing that I have over here is going to be the title text. So for the body, you can do something like this is a project, um, this is a real estate website landing page, a tutorial on halogenous ideas YouTube channel. So just whatever you want as the description basically, then I'll save this. So you can see that a blue sky real estate, then this is the real estate website landing page. So I'm free to um, take that one out. So now that I've added my assets, this asset, the images I'm using, I used in the project. Then this is the styling, basically the CSS, the SCSS and all those. Then this is the main HTML document. Now I can push. Now the reason why pushing this thing won't give me any issues is because I pulled it using this command over here. Since I pulled it using this command and I added my access token, then it will not give me any issues uploading it. Now how can I upload it? Come back to your terminal. So don't forget that you are inside the folder, the GitHub folder now, the empty folder that you cloned from GitHub. So you can just do something like git add all. So this command is going to add all the files in all these folders. It's going to be adding it ready to push. Then you now commit it. So you can say git commit, then you do something like -m, then the name of the commit. You can do something like full project commit, or you can do something like first commit, anything you want to do. So you can see that it has created it made a create mode for all the images, the CSS document, the readme file, the main HTML file as well. So then now that it has done all these other ones, the next thing for me to do is to push. So you can just say git push, and it will push everything to GitHub seamlessly. There's a way you will do this that is going to be giving you issues with one or two stuff, but if you are using your access token, I use it all the time. If you are using your access token, that is this access token, you put your username, then the name of the repository, it will push it to the repository seamlessly. So this is how I like to pull and push to GitHub. So open this, and you can see the empty repository that we had initially. This is the empty repository that we had initially. So if I should reload this, you can see now blue sky real estate. You can see now for this blue sky real estate, they are telling me the percentage of HTML, CSS and CSS and all those. So you can see the assets, which are the images that I used in the project. So you can see the images that I used in the project. If I come back to the home directory, you can see the main.html file and the stylings, then the readme file I created. So you can see blue sky real estate, then this is the real estate website landing page. Okay, I actually made a mistake here. So on it should be halogenous ideas. So that is how to easily push your code to GitHub. If you want to pull the code back, you can just also use git clone. This git clone over here, this git clone command we clone the whole of this repository the way it is like this back to whatever device where you want to clone it to. So, and it isn't going to be giving you access issues like your username, your password incorrect, and all those things. So with access tokens, it makes everything way easier. So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.